All right, we're drafting, being super topical, and this draft is brought to you by Roman, BBD?
Yep.
It's brought to you by Roman. You got to go to getroman.com/Jomboy now. You talk to a U.S. licensed healthcare professional, and they will give you a free online evaluation and ongoing care for erectile dysfunction, all from the comfort and privacy of your home. Roman ready. Jake, you appreciate that saying and that lifestyle.
I've been trying to tell the people.
Mm-hmm.
There's a fork in the road at a certain point. And there's a limp fork and a hard fork. And limp forks stink.
Yeah. I ever try to eat it with a floppy fork, it's almost impossible.
It's impossible.
Stab a meatball, and the meatball just bends the fork.
Yeah.
And you're like, basically using pasta.
Try
as
using
a
rubber band fork tonight for dinner.
I think I could figure that one out. Slingshot.
Had to sometimes, but Roman, you don't. It helps you not have to do that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And Roman, they want you to be Roman ready. Have the confidence that you can rise to the occasion. Like if I have a fork that's not limp,
right,
I'm pretty confident I can pick up that meatball with the fork. It's just like almost a fact.
It's good to have a hard fork because everybody wants to fork.
Getting started is simple. Just go to getroman.com/Jomboy and complete an online visit. Go to getroman.com/Jomboy today. And if you're prescribed, you get 50% off your first month of ED treatment. Make sure you're ready to have confidence and control this summer and be Roman ready. Like the Romans.
Roman ready.
Roman ready. Okay, we are drafting times you cannot boo. Right? Is that the phrasing?
I think things you cannot boo.
Things you
that felt like
can't
the most
boo.
open-ended.
We wanted to keep it open. We wanted to let the creativity flow. So I think it can be situations. I think it could be people. We wanted to leave the board as open as possible.
Groups.
Yeah, and I really have no idea where you guys are going to go. I did call my brother Luke and I just said, give me your first three thoughts to see what direction he went.
Sure.
None of his were on my board, but it was his first, three instant ones, so I'm interested. Just, the most topical draft on JGR ever. Things don't boo.
Things you just don't
The
boo.
don't boo draft.
The don't boo draft.
The don't boo draft.
Don't
Can you
boo.
hide the chat, James?
I am hiding the chat. We are writing down numbers to determine the order. BBD prepped us with pens and a piece of paper. Producer extraordinaire. Crushing it.
I think I got it.
BBD, you did a great job on the road trip producing all the shows. You had to stay up late a couple nights. We can clap for that.
I had one late night working.
Yeah, but it was a late night and early start. You probably got 3 hours sleep.
That wasn't fun, but that's fine.
Did you get some sleep on the RV?
Not full sleep. Full sleep, I'm a good get some sleep in the car
some.
guy.
Zach didn't believe me.
Dad
that
had you.
above the driver's seat was the best nap spot. He was
That was the most
really?
stable.
I was mad you revealed that to him because I was hoping to get up there.
You could have went with him.
Zach
There was
hates when I
room.
do that.
Oh.
He really does.
Okay.
Could have given me another shift.
Dad's a
I'd let ya.
Dad's a touchy sleeper.
So is Maisie, my dog,
Yeah.
Maisel. She's just the biggest cuddler in the world.
I think I have the winner. I have 78. I think I'm going to get it on the nose today. I just kind of felt it.
72. So we're very close.
I did a Corey Kluber tribute, 28.
Wow.
Okay, 72, 78,
Yeah.
and it's 55.
55. Matsui.
Is that me? Is that you?
55.
I'm 18. Don't even try it, Jimmy.
I think you're close with that guess. I think you're 17 off.
I'm 27 away.
So I'm 17, so I win?
So I think I'm second.
Yes.
I will take the first overall pick.
Wow. Man, I've been loving the 2 slot and dominating from there, but I'll take the wraparound. It's been a minute.
I'll take the 2 slot, I suppose.
73 man 7.
All right.
San Francisco Bay.
Let me get this set up so we can keep track of
So we
all
can
our
track.
picks. I have a whole sheet here. Maybe should we try to do that program that allows me to put my screen on the screen again? 'Cause people always get mad about it.
We can try. I've been working with the graphics team on
Yeah, the edited
potentially
one.
having
But
one.
in live time.
we're working on that being an option, but typing in the program we use is weird. So I'm not trying it this week, but I was.
No, I
planning to
meant
try
like if I can
next
just take that window. Remember from my laptop?
Yes, I know what you're talking
But
about.
that program crapped out on me or something.
Yeah, it was weird. It worked sometimes.
All right, I have the first pick. BBD has the second, and Jake has the third. Correct?
I believe so.
All right, don't boo.
1-1 pick.
Are we going 4 or 5 rounds?
Oh,
I was assuming 4.
I was assuming 4. I
Four
think
it is?
I'm willing to
It's
go to
4.
5. Just so I have a
I
big board,
didn't even think about it.
But whatever
it's
you
four.
want to do.
I'm going to take wedding vows.
Wow.
Ooh.
It's a good one.
That would be
That's a good one.
so incredibly rude
Yeah.
if the bride reads her wedding vows or groom and they're like very emotional and crying
Yeah.
and some uncle in the back
good
just
one.
said boo. It would almost ruin the wedding for
Yeah.
the bride forever.
It's a bad time to boo, dude.
Don't boo after wedding
Don't
vows.
boo.
That's
Right
my-
after, during, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a really good pick. It's a really strong
It's true.
pick. It's a bad time.
Ruins the vibes.
Ruins a lot of people's vibes.
I filmed a lot of
It's
weddings.
the story of the wedding.
It's the story of the wedding.
It's a story
Why'd he
of the
boo?
wedding.
What does he know that we don't know?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Booed the vows.
Was that an
Was
ex-lover?
that a boo?
Does he not like her? Does he not like him? Like what's going? Yeah.
It's not like the best man speech that could be tasteful, fun stuff. But
Almost have to.
like
be.
any other speech in there.
I
probably-
boo every best man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ha-
The
it's,
best
like,
man
mandatory.
speech opens up with booze.
It's supposed to
Yeah.
be.
Like that's like and now let's hear
Like
from
any other
Alex,
speech that
my
happens,
best man,
there's a
and
good
then
joke to be
the-
made by booing them.
Yeah, the other part of the
vows,
groomsmen
though.
are gonna boo the best man speech. That's almost
should.
one of the more appropriate times to boo at a wedding.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
opposite.
Okay, so wedding vows, number 1 pick for me.
It's a good pick.
BBD, don't boo.
I think my first round selection in the Don't Boo draft, I'm going to go with the Troops.
Oh, don't boo the
Okay.
troops.
Don't boo the troops.
Yeah,
It's a good one. I mean, could you imagine, like, in their face?
I mean that was Vietnam. when they
Vietnam,
came.
yeah. Forrest Gump. Someone on my timeline, it was like...
Dude, and that was a draft. Like,
Yeah.
how dumb
in,
was
like,
those
shoes.
people?
It was going to bed last night, so it was, 1:32, and someone on the timeline just tweeted out, like, watch Forrest Gump for the first time. Pretty good. And I was like, I can't deal with that right now. I gotta go to bed.
Well, those protesters might be, and the biggest, their cause might have been just, but the way they went around, like, these,
Don't disagree
these
with
kids
their
got
opinion.
drafted to
Yeah.
Vietnam, fought an enemy they literally didn't see. I was watching this interview of a soldier in Vietnam, and he was like, we would just die. I never saw him. He was there when he was a teenager. Fucking, and then you come home and you're booed.
Yeah,
Crazy.
bad times.
Good pick, BBD.
Good pick, BBD. I'll let you guys see if this needs to be tightened up. I have the wraparound. I was gonna say, like, would it be at a funeral or during the?
Like specifically the
Eulogy?
the
Or-
eulogy or the funeral service.
I guess the service. That's the quiet part, right?
Like, the eulogy would be like
Where
the
everyone
speech.
comes in and kneels and stuff. I think that would be worse.
Yeah, but there's, that would be
Then
odd
you're just
because,
booing the dead body.
yeah, or like the I
think that's more messed up.
Like booing the eulogist, I think is more. You just want to take funerals? I'm not gonna.
A few, like, that's the thing. I don't think you guys are gonna pick
I
parts,
had
different
eulogy
stuff from
on
funeral.
my thing, but I'll. But
I'm fine with just like
Just give you
I'll
funeral.
lump the whole funeral in there.
Go funeral. I think that's it just seems inappropriate for me.
Yeah,
It just seems inappropriate.
bad people die, so
Um.
sometimes.
Then, and then I think, okay, I've got one unique one kind of chalk one. I'm gonna say during sex. I'm gonna say during sex.
That's pretty funny though. There is if you're like with
It's like sex with a loved one.
yeah,
maybe. Yeah.
that's actually a hilarious joke.
Right. It's a good movie scene.
But like
Yeah.
first time or like
And
you
even
know,
if it was a one night flinger or whatever it is, like you kind of can't boo during. Like that mess, like we're talking about where booing can mess up your wedding or whatever. Like that can mess up a person's life. I got booed during sex.
Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty funny, though, in the right search situation.
In the movie scene, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
But you really whoever's getting booed during sex, that's forever.
Or
that doesn't
like
leave.
Right after. Yeah.
Yeah.
If like it's not a Roman.
Yeah.
If you're not Roman ready and you get booed,
Yeah.
that's therapy. Now you're in therapy.
Yeah. Forever.
Yeah. Go to therapy anyway. Get checked out.
Get it looked at.
Good pick. BBD?
Between a couple picks here, I mean, I don't think we have a lot of overlap across our board, so I probably can just go for one. I'm gonna go with, I don't know like what term we're supposed to use these days, but like waiters and waitresses.
Oh, that was on my board.
It's a good one, BBD. Yeah.
That was literally, I was gonna take that
Yeah.
in my next two picks. You've been snagging
think,
my
like-
picks lately.
Like I think servers is the word we're supposed to use, but that word sounds so much ruder to me than waiter or waitress.
When they say like hi, you can't boo people that mess with your food. You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
And like there's like a direct punishment that can happen from that.
Dude,
Or
I
mess with
had
your
a
food.
very shallow board, so I think I have to scramble now for my last pick and bump it up because I was going to take that next or win the next two. I have the world's too political. I hope they don't read into this
Don't read
more than
into
it
this
is,
one.
but just don't boo the national anthem.
The anthem. You don't boo it.
Your own. Like, when I lived in Australia, I wouldn't boo their song.
Right.
Just a time of not booing. But I guess, though, like,
Yeah.
protest-wise.
That's why it was.
But they don't like boo for the whole point of the protest. It's not. That's not a
I'm
winning
going to
pick.
switch. I'm going to go to my
Yeah.
other one. When someone comes out of the closet to you,
That's a great pick.
don't boo that.
That's a great pick.
Be as supportive as
That's
you
a
can.
much better pick.
Yeah.
Much better.
That would be.
Even then, like this.
Talk about
Did you update
therapy.
the board? Sorry.
What did BBD choose?
BBD took servers,
Servers, waiters.
waiter, whatever they want to be called nowadays.
Fuck.
You're all over it.
I don't think that's right.
That's what I'd spell. And then, yeah, your friend that comes out to you, big moment in their life,
Yeah.
to boo.
Yeah, it's tough.
Can't do that.
Yeah. When my friend came out of the closet, I said, cool.
Yeah.
He's like, that's all?
You bit your tongue to not boo. And you said,
He's a good friend.
yeah.
And I called him Danny Buttsex his whole life anyway.
And maybe we just need to establish,
Didn't know he was gay.
yeah.
It's just,
Wasn't about that.
We were just 13 years old and it was fun.
Because now I think we are entering an interesting area where a couple of these are fantastic wedding scenes, like movie scenes, excuse me.
Well, comedy comes from bad,
No, it can
bad
be-
being rude.
Right.
Yeah.
That
So
like
that's
that
where-
eliminated a lot of things from my board.
I say,
because you can
you know-
do it if it's the right audience. That'll be just funny.
The during sex, coming out of the closet, movie scenes could
Yeah.
be very funny.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
can't do that in real
No.
life.
I wonder if anyone booed.
Maybe parents that
That's
don't
tough.
get it. Yeah.
That's an instant, like, illegal. You've ruined someone. All right.
You get the back-to-back here.
Yeah, I have a blind date.
Ooh. Interesting.
I had it.
When you meet someone,
Initial.
initial
The
meeting of a
initial
blind date.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah, like if that's
No.
your first time meeting.
Yes.
them. I had blind
incredibly
date is
rude.
the phrasing I wanted. I had like a first date on my board.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Like,
it has
while
to be
you're on-
blind for
yeah.
it to like really
Blind for it to be like,
like
you really can't do
Right.
You can't do that.
If you know
I am
them,
fully judging you on your looks right now, and you just
Yeah.
got booed.
I know
or just-
nothing about you.
I know
But-
nothing.
or just like
Besides,
one thing they
you're
say.
Yeah.
It's like you like booed me having two siblings.
Because booing later
that's
in the
funny.
blind
Yeah.
date, when
Yeah.
you're finding
No,
stuff
it-
out,
yeah.
is
that's
funny.
quality.
Yeah.
That's necessary. That's a good test of a person.
I went to Lake Zurich Middle School South. Boo, North. Yeah. Like you can do that.
Yeah.
Where do you get coffee?
But
Like
initial
the reaction to seeing
the
them.
only thing you know about me is how I look and you booed.
Yeah. No, that's a great one. It's a great pick.
I mean, you can't do that.
BBD, back to you.
I have one pick that It's kind of too similar to another pick. I'm gonna go with one that made my board pretty late. Like any sort of like children's recital.
Oh, okay. Like a kid's play.
Yeah, or like a play. Like whether it's like a dance based or music based or whatever it is.
You ever been?
Performance. Yeah. I have like young cousins that I've been.
The dance recital.
I'd like to.
The dance recital game.
What?
Is some of the more like messed up situations ever. They last 5 hours.
Sounds like you've considered throwing out a couple boos.
I had to film a bunch. That's my history with them. When I was videographer, there was like 3 dance recitals in Connecticut that I filmed 3 years in a row or something like that. They're fucking long, dude. One, I had to wear headsets just because, like, dude, can you guys give me the headsets of the radio that you guys all talk to about, like, lower the lights, raise the lights, start the music? Like, 'cause I just need something else going on in my head. But they're 6 hours long. And the teachers dance.
Yeah.
And, like, I almost wanted to boo that. Like, this is already 6 hours long.
Right.
You teachers can't have your own dance. Like, literally.
Not today.
No one is here
Not today.
to watch you guys dance.
Yeah.
They want to watch their little kids. So, like, you cannot boo at those. But there's times where, like, every single person in the audience is holding in a boo.
Yeah. Or like if, again, it starts to get into movie scene mode, so it's a great answer, BBD. But like if a kid was clearly just being like a jerk, you boo that kid. Like that's when you teach him a life lesson.
Yeah.
Like if the kid's getting in the way of the recital, boo.
Yeah, or
You need to learn right now.
or one dancer.
But that's an outlaw. You're saying the kids perform
like the kids performing
the
that, like,
Hannibal,
they
Missouri
they were in the
song
class,
from Huckleberry
like,
Finn.
Yeah.
like school play
It's a C
type
plus.
thing.
You can't just boo them.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Because it sucks. They're really bad at it, but
Yeah.
Okay.
throwing out there, I'm open to a 5th round.
I'm not.
Thin board. Thin membrane. Okay. I've got in my head right now I've got 2 chalky ones. And then I've got one that I just can't get out of my head, and it's not fantastic.
Okay.
But that might be my last set. Okay. Let me pick between my 2 chalky ones. No, because I think you can do that. I'm going to go with wife during labor.
Okay. Wife during labor.
Yeah. Because, I mean, even if they start having a bad time or they're
Booing at the wife.
Yeah, you can't boo them.
Because if there's a doctor or a nurse that's kind of fucking up the vibe, you can boo.
Yeah.
There can be boos in the room.
Your
You just
wife
can't boo your
during
wife.
labor.
Unless she's like,
No.
just to let you know, this isn't yours.
No, I don't think you even
Hey, before
boo
it
then.
pops out, I just want to let you know there's a
Because
chance
the
this one's not yours.
Priority's still to get that kid out, even if it's not yours.
Yeah, she can't fuck up the
You
kids.
can boo after,
Okay.
but you can't do it during.
Yeah.
And then I'm not sure the reaction to that would be a boo. Just kind of be sad.
Yeah, like
mad.
boo's just inappropriate in there. Doctors, nurses, easy
Yeah.
boos.
Yeah.
One
You
of the
can boo
easiest
them.
boos of the day.
Maybe it's Game 3 of the World Series, and, you know, the Yankees just, like, give up a home run in the background.
Right. That's at the screen, not at your wife.
Yeah. No.
All right, and the one I can't get out of my head,
yeah.
and it just takes me back to a different point of life, and it's how much that matters at the time. Your driver instructor.
What?
Like, when you're 16, 17, and
Yeah.
you're going to get your license,
Yeah.
and you're, doing your test,
Yeah.
and, like, that license is the biggest thing in the world for you
Yeah.
that day.
Yeah.
Don't boo your driving teacher.
How? Yeah, I like don't piss off that guy, but how would you
Yeah.
boo him?
How do you boo anyone?
They just walk in, you start
You just
booing.
boo them.
Okay.
They try to
can't
correct
do
you and you boo them or something like that. You can't boo them on that day. They
Trying that.
stand between you and getting your license.
My-
You're not booing that person.
I had a very similar pick on my board, and I'm glad you took it because it eliminates. I had like cops while they're investigating you, or like I guess like a traffic stop, like during the stop.
Yeah.
Like boo cops all you want, but
Oh, BBD.
not to get political.
Okay.
But like if they're like if you are the target of
I
them,
wouldn't boo a cop.
it's a bad
I'd say
idea.
don't like boo a cop.
I'd find it. Yeah, no.
Well, if you're just like walking
we don't
by.
want to encourage that.
I'm not saying like you can go ahead. I just don't care. But
They were doing if anyone's doing something bad.
I don't care about it. But it's not good behavior.
Yeah.
I've
got my board.
But like while they're after you, no, can't. Not my pick.
Well, it is your pick.
My pick is coming up.
I didn't pass my driver's license first time because my dad pissed off the guy.
That's what I'm saying.
You've heard that story?
I probably have. I don't know the specifics.
We were moving to California like in a week, so we were trying to get the Connecticut license like as fast as can, and we like made a impromptu appointment, and I was driving my dad's friend's car that I had never like seen before, and we didn't have insurance for that car, so my dad printed out like the insurance. It was the insurance info, but it wasn't the card. And he printed it out double-sided and then, like, Scotch tape laminated it and sticked it together and handed it to the guy. And the guy just looked at my dad and, like, just peeled it apart slowly in front of his face and said, "We can't accept this." And I was like, this is a tough start to my driver. And the Connecticut driver's test is, like, the easiest thing in the world. Like, this is a tough start.
That's a person you don't want to piss off on that day.
Oh, yeah, because then the first thing they made me do was parallel park, and I asked all my friends that took it in Connecticut, and no one had to parallel park.
Yeah.
And it was we didn't even get driving. He just goes, "Can you parallel park?"
That's a person who can mess up your day so easily.
I didn't get my license till I was in California, like 6 months later.
Yeah.
Passed it with flying colors. It's such a harder test in Connecticut. Connecticut's written was like 9 questions, and then you drive like around a quiet block.
Yeah.
California's written is, I think, 50 or 30 questions, and you drive like highway, town, everywhere.
New Jersey. Our written test was long.
New Jersey's tough.
Yeah.
New Jersey's rules
I think
are
it was like a
tough.
50-question test, but the
And their
test I did,
probation,
like, a course or
New Jersey had
whatever.
the craziest probation length and like
Yeah.
all that stuff. Or at least they did back when I knew about this.
the GDL laws? Is that what they're called? Don't remember, but they were nuts. For my last pick, there's a chalky answer that I don't want. It's not fully true to me. And the two other ones I'm considering are similar to picks I already have that I don't want to do that. So I'm going to go with one similar to your driving instructor pick. Okay. Once this one came into my head last night when I was thinking about it, I kind of just haven't been able to get it out of my head. Going with like the garbage man.
Yeah.
Or like, I suppose that can be like a janitor, but like your garbage man, like in your town, picking up your garbage. What's the benefit to booing him? He's just doing you a service, picking up your garbage.
Sometimes they can be
Like even if they're doing a bad job,
sometimes those guys.
how bad a job could it really be doing? They're gonna just pick it up and do
my
their job.
new town's rules on garbage. I almost
rules
want
are
to send
bad.
a letter to the town
Right.
that just says.
But the
boo.
man
But that's a
picking
totally
it up.
different.
Have you
You're
heard?
breaking the
Have I shared?
rules.
It's nuts,
Yes.
man. There's 4 different days.
Yeah.
There's 2 different recycling days. One for paper, one for non-paper. And
Plastic,
they
general
don't
rubbish
take
day.
plastic. I have to drive that to the supermarket and dispose
So
of it
there's
myself.
4 days and none of them are plastic.
Yeah. And then there's like a garbage day, and then it's so confusing, and I wouldn't want to boo the men who are driving the truck,
Right.
but I want to boo whoever
not on them.
invented this.
Absolutely.
So hard.
That's why they're not on the board.
Yeah.
It'd be such a
Town
so
hall.
no benefit to you to boo them.
Boo some
also,
town
it's just so silly.
It'll let me-
Go to your town hall and let out a couple boos.
Yeah. This waste. Don't do it.
All right.
Don't go to town hall.
Another night.
Yeah. Is that and I'm up?
You have one more
You
pick.
have your
You wrote
last
down
pick.
children's recital because you didn't realize you.
I was on the wrong
mine.
line.
I wrote it on
Yeah.
BBDs.
Well, BBD took my waiter's pick, so I'm out.
Service
So I've been
industry.
searching this whole time in my head, and the biggest thing I came up with is your mom's cooking.
That was yes.
My mom
On
cooked
one
for
of the
us
ones I
every
was
night.
picking Between.
And there's a lot of meals that she herself would say, I guess I'm not making this one again.
Yeah.
But you eat that.
All right.
and you just
When
say,
it's happening.
and you just say, yeah, Mom, I don't think, like, we don't need that one again. And that's all.
I didn't love that.
A lot of times my mom would put food down and say, this came out bad. I tried it. It's not good.
Right.
But this is dinner. And you say, thanks for cooking, Mom.
Yeah.
And you just eat it.
I had, generally speaking, like a home-cooked meal on my board. But I had already taken waiters, waitresses, so I didn't.
There's home-cooked meals you can boo.
Yeah, I guess
Because, like, I have an
If
uncle.
it's made with love.
I have an uncle who, every time we went to his house, like, he cooked food, and it's just like, boo, dude. Like,
Yeah.
no one likes this. Like, you're not cooking
Why
for...
are you undertaking this responsibility?
Well, he's cooking things for, like, himself.
Right.
And it's like, no one wants only rabbit stew for dinner tonight,
Yeah.
which is something that happened,
I guess,
Like, boo. But your
I'm
mom,
trying to-
you don't boo your mom when she cooks for you.
what if your mom kept making coconut dishes?
It's still not a boo.
Okay.
It's just like, Mom, I don't like coconut. You have to know this at this time. Moms, after, like,
You can't, like,
cooking for the
insult someone's
family,
cook.
you can't say, they're in a bad mood.
Sometimes.
They're in a sensitive mood.
Yeah.
Because, I cooked last night,
Right.
and, like, by the end of it, I'm like, this is dinner, let's fucking eat it.
Yeah,
And
between
if someone...
the time that the dinner is ready and the consumption time, those are tense minutes.
let's sit down, let's eat. It's right.
Yeah.
And, like, Mom says dinner's ready, you go to the
Respect
table.
what I just did.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't insult the cooking. It might be you don't like this kind of food. Like if
Yeah.
in the coconut example, it's like, Mom, I just don't like coconut.
No
you,
booing.
You did a good job, but
I read it was like a joke tweet or a meme or something, and it was like, your parents weren't not picky eaters. They're just the ones that bought the food. And it made me, like, think. I'm like, yeah, because I always got so much shit for being picky as a little kid. But my dad is 10 times pickier than me.
Right.
And my mom's like, yeah, I just cooked around him.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa, hold up.
You make a play.
Why'd I get in so much trouble if you're catering to him?
Yeah.
worked around his pickiness.
Yeah. I'm not a picky eater anymore, but I was I was very
kid.
picky as a kid. I'm done. BBD.
That's it.
That's it. That was the
Yeah.
last one.
Yeah.
We're done.
Okay.
Wrap
Confused.
it up.
Good boards all around. During sex, during labor, so Jake's got the life cycle there. Driving instructors is an interesting one.
I just that's
I don't think you mean instructor. You mean like
test
tester.
administrators.
Yeah.
You're during your driver's license test.
Whoever the person in charge of
Administrator.
of you getting the license.
Yeah.
They stand for that brief period of time.
They stand between you and freedom.
You and a big step in your life.
Like if you're on the normal timeline, at least in New Jersey, maybe other states were different. But like the test was on your birth, that'll like ruin your birthday to not get it. Like
I
just can't.
The other chalky miss for me was like you're a judge. Like if a judge stands between you and a bad time, try not to boo them.
But if you're in the audience,
Right.
and you boo,
You can boo
like
the.
that's
But I think you could
judge.
boo.
Who booed?
Yeah.
That's
I think you
funny.
could boo the results right after, though. That would be like the. Which I guess you can say the same about the driving instructor. It's like after the damage is done.
Right.
you can
Once
kinda
it
go ahead.
happens.
So I guess that's just a game you could play with anything.
I see Desmond in the chat right now, which kind of a funny one. Bouncers at a club.
No, you can boo those guys.
They're
Not
being
if
an
you wanted to
asshole.
get in.
Sure, but
Right.
like if they're
They're being.
don't
dick.
trust your ID, or they are like let 5 people in ahead of you.
Right,
Like,
but
there's
that's-
so many scenarios where those people deserve boos.
That's when your objective. Again, I think we're
And
falling.
sometimes you have to boo them and leave.
We're
Yeah.
falling into a landing
It's
area where
over.
we're getting after. If your intention is to get in the club,
If your intention is to get
because
the,
you're
the
saying
result
you're absolutely
you want.
right. If you're up on that and you boo the bouncer, then that's fun. But that's when your end result has been.
You know
taken
you're
away.
not going anymore.
Yeah.
The chalky pick that I almost took just for value in the last round, but didn't, like puppies.
You can boo puppies.
Yeah, see, that was
Chalk-
going to be a
chalk,
tricky one
but-
for us because we like shit talking animals because they don't understand.
No,
it's
it's like-
cute. It's ironical.
fun.
Yeah.
You can't, but like a genuine. That kept me from a few things I was considering.
Anyone that
putting on
doesn't
the
know
board.
what boo means, you can boo. because then it's funny. Like
Right.
dogs or frogs, like they're not going to get hurt.
The Ogs.
So I was drafting for things that
don't
like
care.
you're going to
Right.
hurt someone's
There's an
feelings.
effect.
Yeah.
There's an effect.
Yeah.
There's a bunch in here that
Fans.
that work for me. Fans, if you're a player, was on my board.
Fans, if you're a player,
Grandmothers, which you said.
could see that.
You can boo individual fans.
Yeah, if you have a problem with this guy,
Right.
even if you're a player. I had in general, like you couldn't pick a specific athlete because like they inherently get booed, but I put Ohtani on my board because he's really cool and like all the fans baby him and get mad
Interesting.
when like they got so mad 2 months ago when Ottavino said the birthday thing.
You can, yeah, you can.
You
boo
can
Ohtani.
do it, but that was more
I
a
think he
commentary
gets
on the
boos.
fans being dickheads to him. Wasn't gonna pick it, but joke that made me laugh.
I mean, Aaron Boone had a good line the other day that said, when your last name's Boone, you never get booed.
Yeah. Did you see like some people didn't get the joke?
Yes.
But sometimes I know no one gets. There's people that don't get anything.
Right.
Sometimes I still just get so shocked. How could you miss that joke?
This one.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Maybe if they got to hear him say it, I guess, but like it was just
You got to put it together. Name starts out
people are
with boo.
stupid. Yeah.
Name starts out with boo. But yeah, internet.
Zach was on my board.
That's true. That's true. Don't boo Zach.
Don't do it.
Don't boo Zach.
Your local librarian.
Oh,
you
you
can
can
boo
boo
them.
those.
Yeah,
people.
but it made me
I
laugh
booed
to
them.
write that down.
I booed.
There's a lot of jokes for me in here. The Phillies infield.
The
on the
trope
board
of like
here.
the nice librarian is the maybe one of the wrongest things ever.
Interesting.
Like I go to libraries.
Right.
I got like a library card at last 2 towns I lived in. They're mean. They're gatekeepers of their library,
Sure.
and they have all these rules. And I'm like, come on, like you're a public library and we're renting books.
know
and,
how
like,
the library's
you're
supposed to
charging us
work.
pennies. Like one time she wouldn't let me borrow a pen,
Yeah.
and I'm like, what? This whole thing is about borrowing things.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be a community like center of sorts.
I feel like the librarian. Well, I mean, the trope is also the other end of the spectrum. The very mean librarian. I mean, I think that's out there more than the nice one
It
these
is?
days. Oh yeah,
I don't know if I've ever
the
seen that
stern
one.
librarian, absolutely. I think it's probably more relatable to teachers. Like, you know, there's good teachers, there's bad teachers.
You can boo
Oh, you
teachers.
can boo them. You
I'm
feel-
not talking
you
about
might feel
booing
bad
them.
about it
I'm
as an adult.
comparing teachers to the librarian. You're gonna have good ones. You're gonna have bad ones.
So you're saying it's the same.
Same scale, like whatever that percentage comes out in your head, 70-30, 60-40.
Yeah. You lap off the extremes.
Let's see.
Put the TV show Breaking Bad because I've never heard of somebody not liking it.
Yeah.
On the board. The princesses at Disney World.
Ooh, that's a pretty good
Which
one.
would just be a funny scene. But then I was thinking about it and it's like, well, they're like adults. So like if they are really bad, you can boo them. And it'd be
Right, that
funny.
gets into the movie.
Like in
scene.
principle, like don't do it in front of the kids,
No.
I guess.
If-
But if you're somehow one-on-one, all adults,
A Disney princess doing her job, you should not be booing.
you shouldn't. But it could be very funny very easily. And it was, when it came down to decide if I was going to pick it, too similar to children's recital as far as like what the pick
Yeah.
symbolized. Just somebody trying their best,
Concept.
trying to perform.
Beautiful.
Good job, everybody.
Similar to the sex one, I had nudes that a girl just sent you, and then in parentheses I wrote, I assume. A lot of jokes on this board for me,
Good. That's what life's about, man.
but wouldn't have been great picks.
Oh, all right.
Little League game.
There's a lot of booing at Little League games.
Yeah, it happens.
Right, at the kids. You'd have
umpires.
to say at the kids.
Yeah, but then you could just like
But
then
that's
you just say
that's
kids
the
in
play.
general.
Yeah,
then.
that's
But, like,
doing that's doing the play, just a different set.
And I think if there's ever a time where booing at kids is acceptable, like Little League games or like kids basketball, like you can do like
You don't boo
shit
the
that's
kids.
booable. You probably shouldn't, but there's like a world.
You're booing parents.
If there's
you're
ever a
booing
time where
aunts.
There's
where
Little
booing
League
kids
games where
gonna
the kids
come
get
up.
booed. I mean, they're older. They throw at each other. They'll like spike each
Little
other.
League.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you're less than 10, it's not coming up, but you get into like your teenage years.
Yeah, that's after Little League.
Yeah.
Literally,
I booed
12.
some kids at like
Yeah.
basketball games before. Like some kids are like fouling really hard.
Also, kids can boo each other at the
Yeah.
Little League games.
Kids can
And there's
boo
a
each
lot of
other.
booing that happens at.
That's like kind
Yes.
of the situation where if booing a kid is gonna be an option, that's where it's
Yeah.
gonna be.
Like, they intentionally walk kids, so there's always boos during that.
Oh yeah.
But you're booing the coach because they're telling
the
a kid to do
coaches.
that.
Yeah.
booing the coach for doing it. Somehow the umpire for letting it happen. Not their call, but just you're booing the umpire for letting it happen. Umpires get
They're kids.
the ire.
That's the whole thing.
That's the boo draft.
That's
the
the
boo
boo
box.
Shout out Nick Bubak. Don't boo Bubak. Actually, he plays through it. He'd probably love a good boo.
I think he's
He'd
more like
lean
booing.
into it.
He's
He
like,
goes,
no one can boo in a boo
Everyone,
box.
boo.
Bach.
Yeah, that's obvious.
That is obvious.
ATO.
Ooh, the other pick I liked was a gift you just got from your aunt. Do it in front of them. Your parents get so mad at you for being rude.
There's a punishment that comes with that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
for sure.
Like just don't do it.
Boo.
Bzz.
Zzz. Appropriate times to boo.
Everywhere else.
Next week.
Everywhere else, yeah. Guys taking too long to get out of the parking lot.
Boo.
Boo. Yeah.